What up? What up? It's your boy, the Crypto Pimp. I am back at it again, right? Dex Finance. I did a little video on them before because they looked really good, looked different, and because I felt like it was time for me to dabble with some tomb forks, right? Technically, this isn't a tomb fork; it's a hybrid, but at first glance, that's what I thought it was. So, moving on. Key information. Um, First of all, the team might be dope. I haven't talked to all of them, but I talked to one of them for a pretty long time. We was chilling. Um, Pretty cool dude. Passed on a lot of information from me. He came into Dow Kings, found me from the last video. So that's not common for a team member to do. They most of the time they claim they're too busy to have a 45-minute conversation with somebody in Discord, even though that makes no sense. So shout out to you, Forte. I think that's the brother's name. Shout out to you, dude. So without further ado, Dex Finance. First thing I want to say to you guys is they could use some help with the community. This is not coming from them. They didn't, like pay me to say that. This is just me looking at a well put together project so far, it seems, and a personable team member already approaching me compared to like the things that I've been through with other projects. Just off of that, without even looking at no white paper right there, just makes me feel like more people should at least be giving them a glance and be like following and checking out what's going on. I'm not saying they should be throwing their money at them without Dior, but I feel like it should be some people at least interested in this. This looks pretty interesting, right? So let's talk about some of the stuff they have here. Like pre-sale information is up. Again, they were supposed to launch on the 4th. They did not launch on the 4th. They wanted to have the audit. The audit wasn't ready. Again, bullish. They could have rushed a lot of these rug pull cash grab projects. They don't care about it being perfect. They just want to rush out there and get your money. So they didn't do that, right? You're gonna have to excuse my my Discord alerts. Anyway, so they didn't do that. They are going to announce the official dates once they have the audit, right? That makes total sense. So, I mean, that's something that I would love to see more projects do, right? So this project takes um of course it's modeled after a tomb fork, of course, but instead of the normal bonds that you're used to seeing with tomb forks, they take the Treasury Reserve style bonds that you're used to seeing from ohm forks, and they use that, right? And then they also mesh in um, the farming protocols like Beefy and Balancer. They also mesh that into the equation, and it all forms like a single unique protocol, single unique. Um, what is the word I'm looking for? Not economy, oh, ecosystem. There you go. That's the stoner's brain there. So the creators of Dex Money Market have created other projects before, namely the Dex IRA, which is a reflection token on BSC Network. Dex IRA holders will have access to the pre-sales on the Dex pad, which is where the Dex Money Market will be launching. So if we go over to the website, you can kind of take a glance at the Dex pad, I believe. If it's up and running, it might not be, but at least you see that it's there. DexPad, that is it right there. So DexPad is coming soon. Dashboard coming soon, it says here. So that is not ready yet, but at least you know that that is coming down the line. Actually, that's what they're launching on, so it has to come soon. So they are KYC'd. Just have to mention that again. And let me mention what's different. So I know I'm gonna be talking a little bit. I know I'm not gonna be moving the screen a lot for you guys. I apologize for that ahead of time, but I do want to get these notes out for you guys, and I'm just not that cool to be able to do both at the same time. I'm just not that cool. Not yet. Not yet. Um, so Dex Money Market is pegged to the US dollar, just like other 3D token protocols like Tomb Forks. However, the rewards are not emitted in USDEX, right? It is not emitted in the peg token that you're used to getting paid in, right? You're not used to getting paid in a different token than what you're exposed to in the project. So instead of getting the USDEX token, you're getting the DEX ETF, which is a receipt token redeemable for reliable market assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. So they have like a little screen showing you some of the tokens you can redeem your ETF for, right? So all of these options here, it's a plethora. And so I would be here all night reading them, but they're here and it is a lot. Dex Money Market has a unique treasury managed smart emission system that is designed to automatically balance and hold the peg by intelligently distributing the ETF tokens to the holders, but also to the treasury to bolster the protocol stability and holding by holding diverse, stable, and valuable assets. All right. So if you need me to explain that a little slower, again, it has like a really sophisticated system that is designed to like keep a balance, right? How does it keep the balance? Well, it uh, you know, it has to hold the peg. It's doing that by distributing the ETF tokens um, in a specific way to the holders, but also it makes sure to like balance that distribution out to the treasury as well, right? So that things don't get out of whack. And it's doing it using valuable, stable assets. The bonds are not like Tomb Forks. I mentioned that. So, as you all probably know better than me, when you are in the traditional Tomb Forks, the bonds tend to become fairly, what is the word I'm looking for? Irrelevant. They become useless. Um, Yeah, they become useless, man. Is pretty much the best way that I could put it. And so I just think that them being, excuse my French, but ballsy enough to use the OHM bonding. I mean, that's pretty clever, man. I mean, people are so afraid of just saying that word. So even though I still got love, I'm the big homie, you know. So They they have their own style bonding. This allows for bonds for buyers of bonds within the DEX to feel secure that they won't be holding on to an increasingly worthless asset, which is common practice among tomb forks, right? Um, so the money market has a number of preset strategies which investors can very simply zap into based on their risk tolerance. Investors can set a percentage of reward dividends that they would like to cash out, and then the rest simply apply automatically to be compounded into their position for a healthy APY. So what that is saying, right, is um, if you come over here, where is it? You can see the strategies, well, a sample. So right now you only have three, but because I was rubbing shoulders with one of the teammates and team members and just talking, I am privy to the information that there's actually six strategies. The most risky one I found very cool is called Gunslinger. So be prepared for there to be more options than this. This is more of just something for you, a guide for you to get a kind of an idea for you to study. They want you guys to understand how this works before it even comes out, which is dope. Like they're not just popping this up on you. So that's dope. So lastly, really quick, what's up with the staying power? Right? Does this have staying power? Can I explain some of the staying power? Why will this be attractive? How is this going to hold your attention? How is this going to remain profitable? Right. So let me try to answer that. So For one, the Dex shares will be governance tokens, right? So that's the other. We talked about Dex ETF. We talked about Dex IRA um, a little bit, not a lot. But I talked about Dex ETF a lot. And I talked about USDEX a lot, right? Dex IRA, um, more and more will come out about that. It's pretty much cut and dry. It's an IRA. It's a way for you to save and do it with crypto without as much exposure to the tax man, right? So not everybody's worried about that, but it is dope that that's in there. So quickly, let me go back to where I was. So it, Dex shares will be a governance token. It will provide Dex ETF a lot of agility to add new tokens to the Dex ETF pool. If our investors see new promising opportunities, they'll be able to present them to the team to begin a vote. So what they're saying is, if you have Dex shares, you see a really promising DeFi project, you want the team to take that into consideration. You can create, you can and put it up to vote, right? So then they want you to know that the team has a long history in traditional finance and crypto. They also have marketing history. They actually have a large war chest that has been set aside to make sure that the entire DEX ecosystem stays relevant to investors for a long time to come. You know what I mean? They're in so many words, man. They're trying to keep it popping, right? They're trying to keep the DEX finance name in people's mouths, right? They want everyone to still be talking about this in 6 months, 12 months from now, in a positive light, though. They don't want people talking about it 12 months from now in a bad way, right? So, the Dex Money Market's auto compounding, dilution proof smart treasury system will make it extremely resilient to mercenary yield farmers, aka yield locusts. It also will help them maintain peg easily and provide their investors with a safe haven to park their resources over the long term. Dex ETF tokens extremely popular has sorry, Dex ETF token is full of extremely popular, reliable blue chip currencies, cryptocurrencies, which will be attractive to investors over the long term. Investors will not need to worry about the reward emissions losing value. They don't need to worry about hurting the peg by selling their Dex ETF token. They can freely save, they can freely sell without any feeling or any sense of guilt. They don't have to worry about like harming the protocol's health in any fashion. That is the most bullish part. I should read it again because that's like, to me, that's the biggest deal here. You all want to know about sustainability. You all want to know how long will this last because you want an ROI, right? So their whole deal is they have Dex ETF um, backed. It's full, right? This whole thing is packed jam packed full of extremely popular, reliable blue chip cryptocurrencies, right? So they have all of those cryptocurrencies that you saw, and they're there for you to cash out on. You don't have to tank the price of this token, and a whale can't come and do it while you're trying to, sometimes you're doing it right and somebody else is playing wrong, right? They can't do that. They're just going to be here cleaning up on their rewards tokens, whatever ones they want to grab, and the whole time Dex ETF and their Dex token will be fine. So very interesting. um is there anything else I need to go over? I don't think there is anything else, right? If you guys have some questions, feel free to pop in and ask me. I'm not an expert, right? I literally had to study for like 45 minutes just to be able to do this video because I don't know a lot about Tomb Forks. I am a DGen. I participated in a lot of the protocols in this last season, in this last year, but Tomb was one I sat out. So I think this is going to be my introduction to the um, to that little game, right? So yeah, let me know how you feel about this project. I may or may not have some access to this. I might have some exposure for you. If it sounds good, if you want to be able to get in here without any without fussing and fighting, you might want to respond to this quickly. If you're a Dow King already, then you know what to do. You guys already know that um, you got my ear, man. So if I got something, it's yours. You just gotta holler at your boy. Otherwise, if you're just watching this on YouTube or something or somewhere, it's all good. We're all about welcoming new people. You might want to pop in while we're still free. And if you come in and I still have some action with these guys, and Forte says it's good, man, I'll get you in there. Otherwise, just hit the link. Their link will be in the description. You guys can get in there yourself. The project will be launching fairly soon. Don't waste too much time. But do your own research, please, because this is not financial advice. I am just showing you some stuff that I know you're too busy to see otherwise. So, and also, this is something I'm participating in. So, I wanted to show the cool new shiny DAP that I found, right? So, and it does look nice. You got to admit, they did put it together a nice, it doesn't look cheap. So, you have to admit that. So I will be zapping some stuff in here, man. Quick and simple. Zap, zap. Get it in there. And I will be watching. See what happens. You feel me? So yeah. Like and subscribe if you learned something or if this looks good to you. If you think it sucks, scream at me in the comments. I'll just tell you thanks for watching and that's it. All right. So yep. Be safe out there. Um, and remember to mention the Crypto Pimp or Dow Kings if you slide into the Money Market Dex Finance Discord server. Don't forget that. It's very important. Because you didn't hear from anybody else but the Crypto Pimp. And that's real. I'm going to pop my collar right now and then I'm going to get up out of here. All right, y'all.